Yeah, good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. It is time to rise and shine. We've got today and tomorrow left of this year. Use it wisely. The end of 25 is almost over as we welcome in 26. Whew. Sounds so weird to say I can remember being downtown Meridian for that big party in 1999 when all was supposed to end. It didn't happen. We'll make it through another one together. Big fireworks show is scheduled. We'll talk about all of that and so much more coming up this morning, beginning at 7. Now, it's cold. Let's talk about temperatures. It's 28 right now. Wind chill of 21 as it whips through the trees this morning to where you are. Nippy, nippy, nippy. As we go south here, as we pull up radar this morning, all this blue that you see here, this is going to pick up somewhere around Waynesboro. Cold weather advisory. And again, we've got this just to our east there in Butler. Pennington, y'all got it there as well. Cold conditions all around this morning in Butler, Alabama, sitting at 28 as well. You'll see that. Feels like 22 in Butler, Alabama this morning. Chilly, chilly. As we go down to Hattiesburg, we're looking at somewhere around 33. A little bit warmer there as you get near the coast there. But cold here in the Meridian area as we look at the radar. Nothing major going on. We'll have details of the weather here in a few moments. It's one of those warm up your car days. That's without a doubt there because it's chilly outside. We've got all that and so much more coming. Let's go to Collinsville now and get our good word of the day. We'll be right back.
In American culture, naming a child can be somewhat of a process. My youngest daughter.
While we're past Christmas Day, we are still in this season of Christmastide, and we reflect on who Christ incarnate is and what he has come to do. And today, let me remind you that Jesus Christ wasn't just a tender infant, but he's a tender shepherd. John 10 lays this out so perfectly. Jesus says, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. And he says again, I'm the good shepherd. I know my own, and my own know me. Just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father. I lay down my life for the sheep. Maybe not many of you own sheep, but just as a shepherd cares for a flock, or just as a farmer cares for his cattle, or just as a dog owner cares tenderly for his dog, our Lord leads, cares, and tends to us. He is the shepherd. Those who know him are his sheep, and he says he lays down his life for his sheep. What a beautiful portrait of his work on the cross of Calvary. As the hymn writer Johann Heermann writes, Lo, the good shepherd for the sheep is offered. The slave has sinned and the son has suffered for our atonement. While we nothing heeded, God interceded. Are you one of his sheep? Does Christ Jesus know you? Do you know him? I hope today that you reflect and maybe for the first time, pray to God that he, the good shepherd, would know you. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. Welcome back. Don't you just hate it when somebody tells you a story that gets you bent out of shape?
Sad story.
Sad stories. Need to quit that, Odie.
Welcome to my life.
And I know in life, and I'm not telling you what he just told me. I'm just saying there's times in life that you want to do something, but you can't. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
When you would like to make a wrong a right. Let me put it that way. Woo, that might get my blood pressure up early this morning. That's one of those. Good morning there, Rick. Glad to see you up and joining us as well. As we start to look at headlines across America, what is going on? New Orleans, that's what we do know as we get ready for we'll have one in here in Meridian, a New Year's celebration. This year in New Orleans, they will have the National Guard patrolling. You remember what happened last year with the vehicle. They'll have National Guard troops there, and hopefully this will be happening all across America. We got some folks that just want to bring harm to others. Take nothing for granted anymore in the worlds that we live in. Our world. Let me reword that. I put an S on there, didn't I? George Clooney, I'm not saddened by this a bit. How about you? George Clooney has now gotten France citizenship. Let's hope he stays. he stirs up so much trouble that politically that's probably a good place for him to go stay. Good luck to him. It's working out real well for Rosie, isn't it? She won't hush, and she's miles and miles away. Wolves. And, we don't have like they do out west. We do have coyotes here a lot. And if you've ever walked to a vehicle in the dark coming back from the woods, you can start them howling. You can hear them getting closer. They have finally taken the wolf off of the Wyoming and these areas of around Montana off of the protected list, the gray wolf. They have replenished. They're taking out herds and herds of cows. It's time. They're already starting now. All this was blocked. Even going back to Obama, this has been blocked, and people have been sued over to keep these animals on the protected list. It is no longer. They'll now have open season to where it can be helped out. Again, it's hurting the cattle industry something ferocious there. Do you remember the 2 helicopters we talked about? I believe it was yesterday we spoke of it. I get confused with these days that have been off. Of the 2 helicopters that struck one another. What I didn't know about that, one was 71, one was 65. They had just had breakfast together. They were best of friends. It was reported they were close together as they were taking off. What went wrong, we don't know. One died at the scene. The other was rushed to a hospital. He has now passed away from his injuries as well. That was New Jersey where that took place. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I know y'all are waiting to hear this one. Beyonce. She done that country album. And I wouldn't call it country, but whatever she done, it was okay. It just shouldn't be characterized as country. She is now a billionaire. So whatever she's doing it right and making money off of it. Congratulations to her. She deserves that. That's something that not many people reach in their life, a billionaire. Wow. He is light years, and let me put it this way, light years ahead of the competition. I'm trying to think of what the closest score was to him. As you get into who is leading for the GOP nomination in 2028, the closest, he's 48% above anybody else. And I'm talking about J.D. Vance. Nikki Haley comes in a 40% difference than him. I do predict at this point, if you had to choose today who the GOP would be, it would be J.D. Vance. Rags to riches story it is. We wish him luck, and what is that? I guess that'll be 2 years really from now. Things are already, and you'll see this in local elections, y'all. We're 2 years out before the next big election, and you're going to start seeing campaigning. You'll see campaign slurs. It's coming. It's going to be making people look bad. That's how it does in politics, but be ready for that. It'll start sometime after January, everybody getting ready for that next election in 28. I read this, and I don't think I had ever thought about it, but hold on a moment and let this sink in. Now, you've seen all of Biden's kids before, haven't you? You ever notice that none of Trump's kid have cocaine habits or doodle tats on their arm, as they are putting it? And I didn't know what a doodle tat was till I looked into this. And boy, people have very strong opinions about tattoos. Doodle tats, it was a whole new word to me. And it shows one of the other president's kids there, and she got a cow tattooed on her. Now, that supposedly means that you are a mother. A cow tattoo. In my generation, a cow meant something else. But apparently nowadays, if you've got a cow on your arm, it means that you are a mother. And as I read this article, and then when you get into the comments, I'm woof. How do you
got to show somebody you're a mother without
that's
letting them see?
That's what this doodle tattoo stuff is. But the opinions, and this is one of those where you're going to cause an argument, a debate, and it gets into the comments of, do you agree women should have a lot of tattoos? And let me tell you, this article is beyond opinionated on this. Goes on to say there's one guy that put on there, the only people that need tattoos is greasy mechanics and sailors and Hell's Angels. But it is a hot topic across America. That we've got the newer generation where that's the thing. And again, my generation, and it's hard to believe that I'm starting to be that other generation now. Wow. It just wasn't a socially accepted thing. How do you feel about this? Hawaii. Now, I've witnessed this in Meridian. There's a guy that's got a little car. Once a day, he'll pass by and he opens up his trunk and he opens up a bag. And I bet you, and I won't tell the location, bless his heart, I bet you there's 25 to 40 cats that come running. They're hungry. And he takes part of his money every month and buys cat food and goes by at least once a day. He may go by there twice, I don't know. But I know he goes by in the evening and feeds these cats. In Hawaii, they're making it illegal to feed feral cats, as they put it there. They want them extinct. They're trying to protect some native species in Hawaii. They're hungry just like you are. Now, should things be spayed? Yeah, but that's up to you to decide. How do you feel about that? I commend the guy here. I used to know, growing up on the rural route, like many of you did, like I did, we used to, and they're gone, there used to be a dump that you would go to. There was always 5, 6 puppy dogs there, and somebody always went by and fed them. My, oh my. That's one that's out there. We learn more and more. Minnesota is the topic of America, and I think as officials dig into all of this, they'll probably find that more states are guilty of this as well as Minnesota. What we're talking about, Tim Walz's state, Somali, the people that have been moved there, the daycare centers. You heard us talking yesterday about the daycare center that had learning misspelled on the sign. Well, they're blaming the sign company now. Oh, it's their fault. And it was documented. They watched and no kids were being there. Since then, and they videoed it, they're dropping kids off. In a little bit, they come back and pick them up. It's not really a daycare. It is going to be a mess going on in that state over this. Here's one for you, Minneapolis, and I found this. Whoa! You're a mathematician over there, Odie. You're pretty good in your quick thinking. All right, a restaurant. It seats 35 people. And this is for real. This is it's called the Safari is the name of the restaurant in Minneapolis. It will seat only 35 people at a time. Last year, they claimed to serve 18,000 meals a day to hungry children.
No.
18,000. The federal government paid them for every single meal that was put out there. And it goes on to...
They could have catered. Playing devil's advocate.
I guess you could. They're saying the money is gone and there was no such thing, that it could be fraud. Again, it's all alleged. It's all alleged. My, oh my. There's a lot of investigating that needs to be done. Is it true? We'll hopefully find out at some point there. Let's see. Oh, do you remember I even mentioned it to Odie when we got off and we got busy. I said, we need to look up this daycare page. It's gone. You can't look up Minnesota anymore and type in daycares. It's been taken down. Imagine
that.
How that happened there. Hey, Odie, here's a list of people that did not receive any aid from the American taxpayer.
Is it a long list or?
No, it's one on there. It's Americans. And that's a lot of truth to that.
I mean, somebody's got to pay for it.
Yeah, you've got to get up and go pay for that. I double checked this before I said this because I read it and I thought there's absolutely no way that this could be true. I don't know much about the nickname of old Tim there that was almost, no he wasn't, that ran on a ticket to be your vice president. He was never going to be. He was nowhere near close. Tim Walz is who I'm talking about as we stay on this Minnesota subject. Now, I understand on paper freedom of religion. And if you let one person do something, you have to let someone else do this. But there stands a time. I don't care if you are a Christian. You got to put your foot down. I don't care if you're a politician or not. And you go, it ain't happening. Tim Walz as governor, and again, I double-checked this to make sure it was right. He was recognized by the Democratic Coalition of Satan Worshipers. He was given a plaque, and it's set in the Minnesota State Capitol. That did happen. He says, wait a minute now, I didn't know them, and I didn't go up and accept the speech, but he did allow it to be displayed at the state capitol. They recognized him for his work. I guess if Satan is recognizing you, then it's got to be...
It's not good work.
No, sir, it's not. But he allowed that to be. They had a display there. And what's our Mississippi boy that went up and...
I was just thinking about that.
Ran for office, and I know him well. I got him in my phone.
I wish he'd run again.
You know, of course, he went to one of those that had a display like that and tore it down. He was arrested, and he's been in one legal battle after another, but he'd done what he felt was right.
He was a pilot.
Pilot at the naval base. I'll think of his name here in a minute. And I know him.
Come back. We'll put him back in all. We'll put him
He needs to run again. As you look at all of this really makes sense. You know how they're trying to tax anything that you sell on eBay for $600 or more? They're saying if they can track that, then why can't they catch all of this fraud that is going on in Minnesota? And I know we've said a lot about Minnesota.
It's not tracking it. eBay is.
Yeah, Odie's got a point. eBay tracks it, the government doesn't. As we look at a new world, well, for what I do, I've been doing this with you come February, this particular way, 6 years. We'll be in our 6-year business come February. I can't thank you enough. As we look at the national numbers, it is major changing the face and the way America does. This past year, they listed as 17,000 employees of regular newscast are gone because America is sick of the way it was being handled. Legacy is the word that keeps being thrown up to where they gave you the news, but it was really only the news that they wanted you to know. And it wasn't always the exact truth. It's changed, and it's still changing every single day. Thank you for joining us. We try to deliver it the best way we can. James Wood, I really like this guy. He's a conservative. He gets on, whether it's a Democrat or if it's a Republican, if any of them do wrong, he basically lays it down the middle from what I've seen. Here's his words today. Republicans have the presidency, the Supreme Court, the House, and the Senate, and yet we don't have a voter ID law. Pretty straightforward, is it not it? We've got people that are going to be out of office in the midterms due to this right here. We didn't do the job that Americans elected them to do. They sit back and they do nothing. It's the know-nothing bunch. They did it Trump's first term. It's going to be a change of who controls the House, and Nancy Pelosi is already telling them that they should not try again to have him impeached. She says that will go against them. It will hurt them. It is forevermore looking like that the House will be lost to Democrats because Republicans didn't do their job. And if you're a Republican, senator, whatever, look in the mirror.
And you still don't have a majority can't pass anything.
Well, we're just ahead. They're in control.
Well, they got the majority, but they don't have the 75%.
Well, they don't have the 75%, but I hadn't seen many laws or anything proposed that really changed anything.
No.
Our insurance is fixing to go up because no one done anything.
Yep.
You'll see this on a national level, and you see it on a local level. Your taxes each year go up more and more and more. Now, don't get me wrong, things are expensive. But we pay more and more taxes, and we get a little bit in return from those who we elect. Is it time to make a change? You'll have that choice in 2 years. You decide. Do you like the way your life is now? Do you like the way you're paying taxes? Whichever way, whichever side of the fence you're on, think of that. The Grand Prix didn't pay off for Las Vegas. They had bet that holding the Grand Prix there would increase tourism. It has not worked. Still in a mess there. I guess it's, and I watched the video of the guy. You ever watch somebody steal something? New Jersey is where it was. He walked in. He had a big coat on. He walks into it. It was sort of like a pawn shop thing. They sold a little bit of everything, and he walks over and picks up a mandolin, sticks it in his jacket, grabs another one. He leaves, and they got him on video. The next day, he comes back with a bag and opens the door to the business and sets it down and put a note in there that said, "I'm sorry, I was drunk. I didn't mean to steal from you." He did return it. I'm not sure if they'll press charges now or not. At least he did return what he done wrong. Kind of like my name is Earl. He was trying to straighten it out, I guess, there. Let's see here. What else we got this morning? The lady that went missing, it was a story not long, December 21st is when it was, of a shark may have gotten a triathlon. Do y'all remember that? They have found her body now. Several days, and that's a long time in water. NASCAR. We've talked about this, of the young man who's in NASCAR, the house burned that he owned. As we've learned more about this, it was his father who passed away in that, and his mother is injured. That guy's name is Denny Hamlin. God bless him. We certainly hate that. We'll be right back with your weather forecast in just a moment.
On a hot day chasing crime in Meridian, to make a man thirsty, there's no better way than an ice-cold Coca-Cola to quench your thirst.
Or an ice-cold Diet Coke if you prefer that flavor.
No matter where you're at, stop by a local store and support that store and Meridian Coca-Cola. They're supporting us every day.
The Scotty Ray Report studio is sponsored by Environment Masters, providing hassle-free heating and cooling, plumbing, and electrical services since 19... Welcome back. Let's get into your forecast.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA.
Those record highs and lows, 1984, it was 80 degrees today. Back in 17, it was 11 degrees on this cool morning. As we'll see, 45 is the best we'll get for today in the Meridian area as you go north to Philadelphia, about 44. Columbus Air Force Base sits at 43. Elvis's old hometown, Tupelo, at 42. And we'll see in the 30s right there at the state line. Down the river, we'll warm up all the way to 47 at Natchez and 49 in Gulfport this morning. Tonight, bundle up. We're sitting at 28 now with a wind chill of 21. Tonight, we're expecting 26. We'll see that northward, basically all the way to the state line, warming up to Gulfport, about 32 to the freezing mark. In Alabama today, we'll see 44 in Demopolis, almost like it is in Meridian, 41 in Birmingham, and over in Auburn, about 44 is what we should see. As we'll see this, a warming trend is nearing the state of Mississippi. As a matter of fact, this is not going to last more than a couple days this cold. Here's our 7-day forecast as we get ready for New Year's. 45 today, as we said. Right now, we're sitting at 28. By tomorrow, we'll warm up to 56. Roughly about 11 degrees difference. By Thursday, look at this. New Year's Day, 63 is what we'll get to, 41. The weather's going to be nice New Year's Eve. Look at this, 56 with a low of 32. And you'll need a jacket while you're out and about. Meridian will have their celebration. Maybe your hometown will too. By the weekend, a slight chance of rain on Friday, high of 66 over the weekend. Basically all 3 days from Friday to Sunday, the same temperature. Nighttime lows, say 45-ish. As we get into Monday, the weather starts warming even more. 67 as we get into the new year. And by the 6th there, look at this, 69, 60. We'll stay steady anywhere from 55 to 60 as we get into that first full week of January. It's coming, isn't it? Let's look at our fishing forecast for today. Here's what we've got. Not bad at all. Parker's Wholesale brings that to us. Major times to fish today will begin at 7 o'clock this morning through about 9 a.m. Sunrise happening at 6:55. And let's look at that wind as we get into our hunting calendar. Average day to hunt today. The wind's going to be north-northwest, 5 to 10, gust of about 20 miles an hour. Whether you're fishing or hunting, that's going to affect you. Now, major times to fish to hunt will be at 7:06 through 9:06. A minor time this afternoon, right around 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. You can get in an hour's worth there. Sunrise 6:55. Sunset rolls in at 4:59. We're gaining about 60 seconds a day there in daylight at the end of the day. Let's go back and take a look at radar this morning and see what we've got going on over here. As we pull that back up, we looked at this a little bit earlier when we began the program. Cooler weather here as we have it down through there. Meridian, nice weather right now. 28, again 21. As we go to Starkville, Mississippi, we're looking at 25 is what we see. As we get here at the state line, we're looking at 21 degrees in Hamilton, Mississippi. Burr, that is very cold. Over near Tunica, we're seeing 23 there, town of Walls there. As we go down to Kosciuszko, not bad, 25 this morning. What's Philadelphia got for us? We'll see about 27, a little bit cooler there. Over in Newton this morning, let's see, we're looking at 28, same as Meridian. Gives you an outlook of what we've got going on. Demopolis there on the river sits at about 28 as well. So nippy weather as we're beginning this day. We've got coffee brewing. We're going to be back in just a moment there to get your day started, tell you everything that went on yesterday that we're aware of as we do it together. Again, let's enjoy the last couple of days of 2025. Wow, been a fast year, hasn't it? We'll be back with all your headlines beginning at 7 here at the Scotty Ray Report. Odie is in the house. He's ready. Join us, won't you?